Never had the forbidden fruit. Never drank from the fountain of youth. Ooh, what a day, what a life. Ooh, what a day. Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me on this video. So today we're going to do a random pick a card for your energetic reading for the full moon, which is actually coming up as of tomorrow, or if you're watching this on Friday, then it's actually happening today. So I thought that we would do a little general reading just to give you some guidance, see what Spirit has to say to you about what you need to know, what you need to embrace, what you need to let go of for this full moon that is coming up for this weekend. So hopefully energetically it'll give you a little bit of guidance, a little bit of an uplift, whatever you need. And of course this is for all signs, so this is a general reading. Please take it or leave it. If it resonates, then that's fantastic. If it doesn't resonate, then that message is absolutely not for you. So I'm going to give you a moment to pick group number 1, group number 2, or group number 3 and see which one you are drawn to. And I left a timestamp in the description, so you can just skip over to your group, that whatever you picked, and then we can get our reading started. Hello friends, so if you have picked group number 1, then keep on watching, because then this reading is definitely going to be for you on what's coming up for the full moon in Aquarius. That's actually coming up tomorrow. So let's get started. So something is really bothering you guys. Like, you're sort of looking at it like you're going through a hard time right now, whether it's in a relationship or business relationship, but something is really stinging. It's sort of like Spirit is asking you to really get to the heart of things if you want to kind of move forward and really use this potent energy to kind of get going. Because here's the thing, we have 2 3s, so we have the 3 of Swords and the 3 of Wands. And to me, this is almost like you're looking out there and you're kind of wanting to like move forward, but you're still like feeling like something needs to change, and needs to change drastically to a point where, you know, perhaps something like you're sort of closing off that chapter of your life that was really annoying you, or really just causing you a lot of anguish, just general anguish about, maybe it's about a person, or maybe it's just simply your current circumstances, and you're seeing this like it's being really illuminated right now, like it's right in front of your face, and you're just sort of like, okay, how do I kind of move forward? Like, how can I use this amplified energy to sort of use it to my advantage, because this is not going to work for me anymore. And Spirit is asking you, their advice right now is to literally shake it off. I'm not saying be like Taylor Swift, but what I am saying is you have the power and you have the ability to absolutely change the way you feel energetically, like to change your vibration. You need to release it. So you're actually being asked, you're being invited to release all of that is causing you so much anguish and pain. And actually, maybe some of you need to do like a full moon ritual where you kind of write out what is really what is really making you mad, just causing you a lot of pain. And you need to sort of find your way back to where you had joy. And here it's saying just do something to shift your vibration, but what I'm getting is sort of like literally shake it off and go through that process of releasing, because if you don't, it's really affecting you creatively. Like, you're really having a hard time tapping back into that creative side of yourself where you are sort of moving forward, right? Yeah, you're also being invited that you're not only supported, but you're also even if it feels like an impossible task, and if it feels like there's no way that you can move forward, you have to absolutely believe in yourself. And even though you might have a hard time believing in it, but it's definitely possible. And you need to, again, invite some joy, invite some playfulness in your life here, because honestly, without that, you're gonna have a really hard time, you know, tapping into creativity, tapping into joy, tapping into any of your hobbies that you used to do, any of the fun things that you used to be involved in. Maybe you kind of set those aside because something really took over. Maybe you're just in a chapter of your life where things are just really hard right now. And Spirit sees that, but at the same time, it's also inviting you to perhaps it's time to kind of put that to rest and just move forward. And here is your little oracle card, your affirmation card. So your affirmation that perhaps will help you shift your energy a little bit easier is, I am playful participant in life, and I always have the option to make something a fun game rather than a heavy burden. Mary Poppins put sugar in a medicine for a reason. The lady really knows how to party. Now, well, I appreciate these little affirmations. What we're really being invited here to do is to use your imagination and really try your best to really tap into just something different than where you are, in order for you to find a little bit more relief and a little bit more joy, because really you're ready to let this shit go. Like, you're ready to let this sort of end this chapter of your life and move forward. So hope you found this helpful, and I will see you again. Okay, group number 2, let's take a look. If you chose group number 2, here are your messages for this full moon. So things are going well for you right now. It's time, it looks like it is your time to not only shine, but it's your time to celebrate. There is maybe something is happening, and I think that you kind of know exactly what it is, whether it's, you know, you conquered a personal challenge or like a promotion that happened at work. No matter what the case may be, maybe you're just simply celebrating that things are opening up, but it is time to celebrate, you guys. It is time that you bask in that hard work, and you kind of go and take some time to actually celebrate that. And the thing is that I also feel like Spirit is telling you that you are sort of on that spiritual path, but maybe you're, you know, maybe that's what you're celebrating. Maybe you're being guided onto a path where you're just a little bit more deeply connected. And nevertheless, but Spirit is also telling you to just try to release that grip of control and actually have some faith. So this is not going to be one of those situations where you're going to be able to really control it. It's going to be one of those things where you're going to have to sort of release in order for you to receive. And isn't that funny? Because I do feel like these two guys are connected. Like, you do have a sense of longing, like you want that community and you want that sense of belonging to certain, like you might be, you know, you might just be simply happy and excited, like maybe it's time to celebrate that you know, like you're finding your people, like you definitely have that longing for it. And Spirit is also kind of telling you to just it's time to pour back into your own cup rather than constantly pour outwards. It's time to kind of reverse that a little bit and actually just fill up your own well first before you can kind of move forward. And this is where like having faith is so important with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. And perhaps it's definitely time to do that because it's time for you to heal. Like maybe you are becoming more aware with this full moon energy that there's some things that really need attention right now. There's some things that really need some mending right now. Like, we've all collectively have gone through some trauma, and maybe now is the time when things can kind of slow down for you a little bit, and you can actually attend to that. And definitely, like, you are being reminded to just create some space for that, because everything else, it seems like it is in alignment, but you need to sort of release the grip of control just a little bit and have some faith so that you can kind of find the right people that can support you. And it's time to sort of not only bring attention and awareness to the things that have been really holding you back, but also actually allow it to start healing this time. And your little affirmation, this is one of the little bonus cards that they have, is good for you. It seems that you earned some time away from the chaos of life. It could be as small as a bubble bath or as big as a trip. Or maybe it's a small trip to a big bubble bath, or a normal size trip to a tiny bubble bath. Or maybe you tripped and fell in someone's bath. Whatever it is, waiting for you with open arms, just pick your favorite sanctuary and unplug for a bit, especially if the bath is involved. Wow, it's super funny. Again, the sanctuary and the healing and the longing for the right people and pouring back into your cup looks like it really is just you're being reminded to take some time and enjoy yourself a little bit. Connect perhaps back to the community that you're really longing for, and looks like it is more of a spiritually driven, more outspoken community that really has sort of the same interest, or like they're on the same vibrational level as you are, and find that sacred space. And I would actually recommend that you find that sacred space with the right people where you feel safe and held, because I think that you were pushing yourself just a bit too hard, and it's time to kind of start like filling up your own well again before you kind of get back out there and try to create anything new. So this is all I have for you for group number 2. And last but not least, group number 3. This one is for you if you pick the last group. So here's the thing. This is what Spirit has to say for you for this full moon. You are also celebrating, but it's a different type of celebration. It's almost like you're bringing some balance into like different aspects of your life, but it also feels like this whole thing very much just feels like you might be in a relationship or starting a relationship with someone. Something is happening. Something is there's some momentum, some movement happening. And now this can be, for some of you, it might just be that there's some momentum that's happening within your relationships if you are in one, or there might be someone coming into your space. Because look, and here's a description too. If we're really looking at relationships, this person is going to keep you on your toes, okay? This person has got it. They know like what's up. They're very witty and very smart and sharp, and they're on top of their game. So you might be like, whoa, where did this come from? But the thing is that especially with all of this momentum that we're creating for you, you really are being reminded to actually just trust that path. That if you have a little bit of faith and you release again that grip, if you release that grip on trying to sort of figure out where things are going, how it's going to go, what's going to happen, if we're really like it very much, to me, this very much feels like we're more talking about a relationship for you. Here we go. So to me, these guys, they really just feel like there's some movement that's happening, and perhaps maybe it's happening in your career. Nevertheless, it's going to be happening soon, and you're actually going to be, again, moving in the direction where you're probably going to be very happy. And also keep in mind that the people that you're going to be surrounded by, or like people that are going to be coming into your space, it actually just feels like one person in particular whether it's in business or in your relationships, that it's really going to like keep you on your toes, and things are going to be moving in the right direction for you. You have to trust though, like you have to kind of get to a point where you can just release trying to control everything. And you have to trust that you're moving in the right direction, that it feels aligned, that it feels authentic, that you're not forcing it. And because otherwise, you know, you're sort of going to be left a little bit disappointed. So it's almost like just through like getting lost in translation, like you're being really reminded here to try to communicate as clearly as possible, and almost like start fresh on how you communicate, like have a new outlook on how you're communicating, what you want, what your needs are, without adding any extra baggage to it. But overall, the outcome is positive, you're moving in the right direction, and your affirmation for this full moon is good things to come. There's so many gifts coming my way. I can't see them now because I respect the general convention of not peeking under the wrapping paper, but they will show up when the time is just right, and then when I will remember how much fun it is to be surprised. So just keep in mind, don't ruin this for yourself. Like you're making progress, you're creating some nice momentum here, but try not to ruin this for yourself by projecting anything negative to this, because it's all moving in the right direction for you guys. Like whether we're looking at a new person coming in, or we're looking at, you have to have some faith, and you have to change the way that you communicate. You have to be a little bit more precise of what you want and how you don't repeat mistakes from the past, because otherwise you're going to be really left disappointed. So this is all I have for you guys. I hope that you have enjoyed these readings, and if you have, and if it has resonated, please comment down below and let me know, because I would love to hear from you. And in the meanwhile, just keep seeking wellness, seekers, and I will see you guys again in my next video.